Dennis, 82 years young, had always embraced change with a youthful curiosity, a twinkle in his eye that mirrored the digital screens he so readily adopted. Especially when it came to technology, he saw it not as a barrier, but as a bridge to connect with a rapidly evolving world. He believed in its power to bring people together. He enthusiastically used the internet to stay close to his grandchildren, scattered across different states and even countries, sharing photos and stories, bridging the generational gap with ease and joy. He reveled in the ability to witness their lives unfold, even from afar. One afternoon, amidst the usual stream of emails, a friendly message appeared in his inbox, catching his attention with its warm tone. The sender seemed genuinely interested in Dennis's life, his family, his hobbies, the stories etched into his memories. They asked about his past, his present, and his hopes for the future. Over weeks, a bond formed, nurtured by daily messages and shared experiences. The new friend was patient, attentive, and trustworthy, always ready with a kind word or a listening ear. Their conversations were a highlight of Dennis's day. For Dennis, the connection was a welcome relief from loneliness, a comforting presence in his otherwise quiet days. It filled a void he hadn't realized was there. Then, subtly, almost casually, the friend mentioned an investment opportunity, cryptocurrency, a digital frontier promising untold riches. They explained it simply in terms Dennis could understand, promising safety and impressive returns far exceeding anything a traditional bank could offer. Dennis saw testimonials and charts, all looking legitimate, professional, and undeniably convincing. The website exuded an air of credibility. The idea of securing his family's future, leaving a legacy for his grandchildren, resonated deeply with his paternal instincts. He started small, testing the waters, following instructions carefully and meticulously, double-checking every step. The website showed quick returns, a steady climb in his account balance, deepening his trust and fueling his excitement. Encouraged by the apparent success, Dennis invested more. Eventually, everything he had saved over 50 years of hard work and careful planning. The money meant for his retirement, for helping his family in times of need, for ensuring his own peace of mind in his golden years. Suddenly, without warning, the website vanished into thin air. The friend disappeared, their messages no longer arriving, their profile gone. Dennis's entire life savings were gone, swallowed by the digital void, leaving him with nothing but a hollow ache in his chest. In a moment of devastating realization, decades of hard work, sacrifice, and unwavering trust were erased, leaving him with a profound sense of loss. The betrayal wasn't just financial, it was deeply personal, a violation of the bond he thought they shared, a cruel manipulation of his genuine desire for connection. Dennis was left not only without money, but without the connection he thought he'd found, the friendship that had brightened his days and eased his loneliness. The digital world that once brought him closer to family, that had seemed so full of promise, had become a source of profound heartbreak and bitter disappointment. This is how easily trust, especially the trust of the vulnerable, can be weaponized online, twisted and exploited for malicious gain. For Dennis, the cost was everything he'd worked for, and a wound that would take far longer to heal than any financial loss, a scar on his heart that might never fully fade. The scammer didn't just steal money, they stole Dennis's sense of safety and belonging, his faith in human connection, his belief in the goodness of others. In the end, Dennis was left with silence, no friend, no fortune, just the echo of betrayal reverberating in the emptiness of his home and the hollowness of his heart. And this is where our story truly begins, not with an ending, but with the quiet strength of resilience and the unwavering hope for a new chapter. The loss Dennis suffered extended far beyond the confines of his bank account. It wasn't just about the money that vanished. A heavy cloak of shame and embarrassment settled upon him, a burden far more significant than the missing money itself. It was a blow to his pride, a dent in his self-worth. He began to withdraw from his family, creating distance where there was once closeness. He was haunted by persistent self-doubt and deep regret, replaying the events in his mind, searching for what he could have done differently. His children noticed the change immediately. Dennis, who was once vibrant and full of life, was now quiet, withdrawn and distant. The family wasn't angry or upset about the money that was lost. They mourned the profound emotional toll it had taken on their father and grandfather. Even simple conversations became strained and awkward, filled with unspoken anxieties. Family gatherings, once joyous occasions, were now tinged with a palpable sadness. The scam's ripple effects spread throughout the family, bringing stress, worry, and anxiety to everyone involved. But the true tragedy, the most devastating consequence, was the loss of trust, both in the intentions of others and perhaps even more painfully, in his own judgment and capabilities. Dennis became increasingly wary and suspicious of every message he received, every phone call that came in. The internet, which had once been a source of joy, connection, and endless possibilities, now felt like a dangerous and unpredictable minefield filled with hidden threats. The scammer had effectively stolen his peace of mind and sense of security, leaving only a pervasive sense of anxiety, fear, and vulnerability in its place. Ultimately, the emotional wounds inflicted by the scam ran far deeper and were much more difficult to heal than any financial loss. Dennis's story is all too common, a symptom of a growing epidemic. Seniors are targeted because they often have savings and a trusting nature. Many were raised to be polite, making them less likely to question strangers. Scammers exploit loneliness, offering fake friendship as bait. Rapid technological change leaves many older adults vulnerable to sophisticated fraud. The digital world can be confusing, and scammers know exactly how to take advantage. A lack of digital literacy combined with isolation and trust creates the perfect storm. That's why seniors like Dennis are prime targets for these heartless crimes. Shame keeps victims silent, making scams even more devastating. Families must create safe spaces for open, judgment-free conversations. Talk regularly about online safety and financial security. Ask about strange messages or offers. Make it a shared learning experience. Empower elders with knowledge, but always with respect. Teach the basics. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Remind them never to share personal information online. The most important message is love and support, not blame. If a mistake happens, respond with compassion, not criticism. Breaking the silence starts with breaking the stigma. Open, honest conversation is the first step to protection. Social media platforms are where many scams begin. These companies have a responsibility to protect vulnerable users. They must invest in smarter fraud detection and remove fake profiles quickly. Reporting scams should be simple and effective, with real feedback for victims. User safety must be prioritized over engagement metrics. Platforms should educate users with clear warnings and tutorials. Imagine if Dennis had seen a pop-up warning about investment scams. Tech giants have the resources to make a difference. It's time for them to take real, meaningful action. The safety of users like Dennis must come first. Protecting seniors requires community-wide education and support. Local councils and libraries can offer free, hands-on workshops on internet safety. Digital drop-in clinics let seniors ask questions and get help in person. Financial institutions should train staff to spot suspicious transactions and intervene. Stronger verification protocols can prevent scams before they happen. Support must also include emotional care for victims. Clear reporting pathways and access to counseling are essential. Victims need to know they're not alone and that help is available. Recovery is possible with the right support. Together, we can build a safer environment for our elders. Dennis's story is a powerful reminder, a call to action that resonates with all of us. It highlights the urgent need for collective responsibility in safeguarding our communities. We must look out for our elders, offering them guidance and support in navigating the complexities of the digital world. It's crucial to foster a culture of vigilance and care where we are all actively involved in protecting one another from harm. Start conversations about online life. Don't wait for a crisis to strike. Open communication is key to understanding the risks and challenges that our loved ones face online. Offer help, listen without judgment, and reassure your loved ones that they can come to you with any concerns or experiences they may have. Communities and tech companies must do more to protect users, especially those who are most vulnerable to online scams and exploitation. Demand better education, ensuring that everyone has access to the knowledge and resources they need to stay safe online. Advocate for stronger safety nets and real accountability from those who perpetrate these harmful acts. When someone falls victim, respond with compassion and support, offering them a safe space to heal and recover. Let's make it harder for scammers to operate and easier for victims to seek help and justice. The society we build is ultimately defined by how we protect the vulnerable among us, ensuring their safety and well-being. Let's work together, hand in hand, to ensure no one else pays the price Dennis did, creating a safer and more supportive world for all.